the Speeding Bulletin. My name is Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com. This is all the Superman related news there was for the week October 23rd to October 29th, 2009. In movie news, MTV's Splash Page caught up with J.J. Abrams and asked him if he'd be interested in going back to his idea for a new Superman movie. He said, "No one has talked to me about it. I don't know what Warner's is thinking or what their plan is. It would be a blast." While we eagerly await the next DC Universe animated movie, Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, in February 2010, Voices from Krypton has posted an exclusive look behind the scenes with storyboard images and quotes from writer Dwayne McDuffie and many of the voice actors, including Mark Harmon, who has been cast in the role of Superman. You can read the article at comicbookmovie.com. In TV news, Peter McDermott has updated our Smallville episode guide with his summary of the most recent Season 9 episode, Roulette. Neal Bailey and Douglas Trumbull have written their reviews for the same episode, with both guys not enjoying this episode so much. Neal gave it a 1 out of 5, while Doug rated it a 2 out of 5. The 6th episode of Season 9 of Smallville is scheduled to air in the US at 8 PM on Friday, October 30th. Titled Crossfire, in this episode Oliver is double-crossed by Mia, aka Speedy, a young girl he tries to get off the streets by offering to train her. Jeff Johns revealed that his Society story for Smallville will actually be played out across 2 episodes. Part 1 is Society and Part 2 is titled Legends. Smallville executive producers Kelly Souders and Brian Peterson were extremely busy this week, participating in lots of media interviews. Here's a rundown of some of the stuff they let loose. Souders told TVGuide.com, "You will see more people than you can imagine die in the first 12 episodes. Luckily it's Smallville, so not all of them stick." In regards to Chloe and Clark, she also told TV Guide, "In some ways they were much more similar when they were younger and were more naive about the world. They've both grown up a lot." Peterson told DamonsTV.com that this season they'll be bringing some old favourites back, like Zatanna and Martian Manhunter. EW's Michael Osiello found out that Phil Morris will be returning as Martian Manhunter for the Society and Legends double episode in early 2010. As for getting Clark into the familiar blue and red tights, Peterson told Collider.com, "Unfortunately the character, I believe, still has several trials to go through. I think that if Clark Kent in the show we have today were to put on the tights and try to be Superman, I don't believe he would be prepared." What about the glasses? Souders says, "There's a floating moment with a pair of glasses. I won't say that he's definitely got them on, but I would watch the next little run. You'll see it in the first 9 episodes. Okay, well what about seeing him fly? Well, Souders said, "As we've said before, that's kind of his final step to becoming Superman, but at least it's on his radar now." Souders also told EW's Michael Osiello that they're really pushing for Season 10. The CW released a whole stack of images from the 7th episode of Season 9 of Smallville. The photos give us our first look at Julian Sands as Jor-El. Titled Candor, this episode is scheduled to air in the US on Friday, November 6th. Meanwhile, the CW released the official description for Idol, the 8th episode of Season 9 of Smallville, scheduled to air on November 13th. Look for DC Comics' The Wonder Twins to show up to help Clark clean up Metropolis. SpoilerTV.com has posted a casting call description for a new guest star role for a character on Smallville. It reads, "Andrea Potter, 35 to 55 years old, a heavy-set, imposing and ruthless African-American woman. She has sinister plans for the citizens of Metropolis." Sounds somewhat similar to the comic book character Amanda Waller. Voices from Krypton has conducted an interview with writer Marv Wolfman in which he discusses working on the Ruby Spears Superman cartoons back in 1988. You can read the complete interview at comicbookmovie.com. Superman homepage reviewer James Lance continues reviewing episodes of the 1950s Adventures of Superman TV series. Check out his review of Treasure of the Incas, in which Superman rescues Lois and Jimmy on a foreign treasure hunt. In comic book news, writer and artist Billy Tuckey told Newsarama.com about his experience writing his Superman vs. the Flash race story in DCU Halloween Special 2009 #1, which is in stores now. Dan Didio told Newsarama about Paul Levitz's new position as writer, saying, "Paul will actually be working on 3 annuals for DC Comics in the beginning of next year. The first one up will be a Superman-Batman annual that Paul is writing, which we're very excited about because it features very interesting characters from beyond, so to speak." The 24th episode of the From Crisis to Crisis podcast is now online. This week, Jeffrey and Michael will look at Superman number 18 and Adventures of Superman 441 from June 1988. Superman comic books we reviewed this week included Supergirl number 46, which was reviewed by Jeffrey Bridges, who gave this issue a 3 out of 5, saying, "I feel like this story has been going on forever." Neal Bailey reviewed Blackest Night Superman number 3, saying, "All in all, an awesome concept taken and turned into what appears to be a padded attempt to cash in," and he gave it a 1 out of 5 rating. Superman Batman number 65 was reviewed by Michael Bailey, who gave it a 3 out of 5, saying, "I didn't hate it, but on the other hand, I wasn't very keen on it either." Michael also reviewed Justice League of America number 38, saying, "I was and am very disappointed with this issue," and he gave it a 2 out of 5. Superman comic books shipping this week from October 28th include Superman number 693, Superman Secret Origin number 2, which is available in an alternate cover, World's Finest number 1, also available in an alternate cover, and Superman in World's Finest Archives Volume 2 hardcover. Bizarro, formerly Superman Ride of Steel, has once again received the Golden Ticket Award for Best Steel Coaster. This is the 5th win for the coaster and its 4th in a row. The ride, known as the best steel coaster on the planet, underwent a major transformation for the 2009 season, changing its name from Superman Ride of Steel to Bizarro. Speaking of Bizarro, Sony Online Entertainment sent out a press release regarding the character of Bizarro for the upcoming DC Universe Online video game. Check out all the downloadable buddy icons, concept art and screenshots of Bizarro in action at the official DC Universe Online website. Episode 58 of Radio KAL, the monthly podcast of the Superman homepage, is now available to listen to. In this month's radio show, Neal and I discuss Smallville Season 9 so far, Society and Idol episodes of Smallville, Superman comic books, Supergirl comic books, Blackest Night and more. Also make sure you check out The Last Son of Krypton Chapter 58 and Lost Daughter of Krypton Chapter 30 audio dramas available from pendantaudio.com. That's all the Superman news there was for the week October 23rd to October 29. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Second features. They're all over the books and they're making them cost $4 a piece. You know what $4 is a piece? Let me see. Haven't got any calculators handy. It's a lot of money! I need money. I don't have much money. I also need comics because I'm a geek, and comics without geeks is like human beings without oxygen, or Superman put next to kryptonite, or a fart next to an open flame. You need to be able to afford comics, and when they're $4 because of a second feature, that second feature better knock you out of your seat. In some cases, it's been extraordinarily good. Like for instance, the Batwoman question one has been kicking me sideways, and there are other ones that are actually really rocking it. There are other ones that are just making you go, what? Like I'm still trying to figure out what the heck's going on with the Captain Atom one. I hope that culminates in something, and I bet it probably will. But it's like, yeah, what's going on there? But at the same time, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to offer us more content for the buck, and also get characters that often get forsaken or put by the wayside back into prominence. And I got respect for that. I just wish, you know, maybe it would be better if they just took the 8 pages and combined them in all 3 of them into one and put them out as a major book. But then again, people might not go for that, and then the characters might not get a shot. It's really kind of a tricky thing. All I know is that if the price break goes above $5, I'm going to have to start culling, and I've already had to start culling, and right now I get maybe 10 comic books a month, and that's breaking my bank. I used to get like 20, 30, something like that. I think that this is something that needs to be addressed, and I think it could be addressed in the digital medium, and until they do that, I think they're going to start hemorrhaging readers like nobody's business, which is, you know, for everybody.
Bailey Planet is sponsored by Gibbo.